Hey, thanks. I appreciate just the opportunity to be here. Obviously, to go first, that means you win. Just proud of our team and how we withstood the first half and just how good Pacific was. It just seemed that they were so comfortable in their shots that they were taking, making really hard shots, and clearly, scored a bunch of points. And just us hanging on a little bit felt pretty good at halftime. I think the key, getting LA back in the second half, a ball handler like that really just calms us down a little bit, especially against those kinds of athletes and pressure. So proud of how everyone responded. I think we showed that we have a lot of depth, and clearly some weapons on the floor and on the bench, and really excited about not just winning this game, but what we think we can accomplish.
Okay, questions for the student athletes. Start over here.
AT, one of the more aggressive games we've seen from you, just shooting the ball, especially with LA out with foul trouble early. Did you kind of take it on yourself to try and create a little bit more from the guard spot?
I mean, I wasn't trying to, but going on with the flow, I see they're going under or they're not guarding the ball screens like how they did before, high catching. So I felt comfortable shooting. And once you make a couple, you keep shooting. And yeah, just proud of my team for getting me open. And they had a lot of assists in that, moving the ball.
For either one of you guys, Kira with 10 points off the bench, 5 rebounds. Can you just talk about the minutes she gave you kind of in that reserve role today?
Yeah, she's just an energy bunny that comes on the court and will give 100% every single time. And she can play defense. She can do offense. She just does whatever she's told. So super lucky to have her on our team. And yeah, she just played really great today.
Okay. Go on the back.
Uh-oh.
Once again, for either of you guys, what does having Alex back on the court provide to your team, and having somebody out there who can, just fill up the middle like that? And how good was it to be back on the floor with her today?
I mean, it means a lot. We talked before the game. They outscored us in the paint in the last 2 games we had against them. And this game outscored them by 10. She is a big key to our offense and defensively. She can block, she can rebound. So it's really good to have her back, and just looking forward to playing with her again.
And then Tara, in your opinion, is this kind of an example of when this team is at its best, like that level of balanced scoring, not one person having to carry the load and really having scoring at every position, bench and starters?
Yeah, I think it's just, we talked at half. Everyone was kind of trying to do too much. So the second half, we really just said, move the ball, cut. And that's where the easy baskets come. So yeah, I think everyone just took that to heart and applied that to the second half. And I think we played our best basketball in the second half.
Any other questions in the room?
For either one of you, you guys have seen the growth of this team from day one to now, and all the different contributors. Charlotte at the start of the season, Candace and Dayana taking over the midpoint of the season, just getting all the contributions down the stretch. Where have you both personally seen the growth of this team?
Yeah, I think, we're such a young team, and that comes with lack of confidence a lot of the time. But I think the freshmen have a lot of confidence at this point in the season, and those 3, we call them the Frenchies. They have so much confidence, and we have confidence in them to take the shots that we need them to take, and defensively as well. I mean, Dee and Chacha can guard all positions on the court, so they just impact the game so much when they're on court, and we definitely need them moving forward. So yeah, all 3 of them had a great game today.
Okay, we have one question online for the student athletes. Go ahead, Sam.
Thanks. For either one of you, you guys are used to March basketball, and it seems that you've gotten better. It's not uncommon for you guys to play your best basketball in March over the last several years. What is it about March that allows you guys to play the best, and whether it's gaining confidence, and just what is that? Is there anything special that Coach E does in March that sets you guys up for success?
I mean, Coach E always says at this point of the year, you work what you had to work. It's just a matter of who plays harder. And I think that's the mindset we're going forward with. And Tara said it before the game, it's now or never. So knowing that if you lose, you go home kind of motivates you a little bit more than usual, I guess. And just looking forward to win as many games as we can, go into the tournament and doing something we've never done before.
Okay. All right. Thank you to Astera and Tara. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Questions for Coach?
Kind of the same thing I just asked the players. Just Kira's minutes today. I think maybe kind of a summary of what you want to see from her every time she's on the floor. She's hitting threes, she's rebounding, she's doing all the little things, but I know the scoring has been a big point of emphasis for you.
Yeah, I mean, Kira, we all know, if you know our team, she's had a roller coaster ride for 3 years. And I have just loved her the last probably month, and it's almost like, we say it all the time, light bulbs go on at different times in people's career and journeys. And it's almost like she kind of stopped just being defensive about everything and everything coming at her and thinking the world was against her, and mostly me. And she's just responding better, and she's having more fun, and she smiles a lot more, and she, doesn't get bothered by mistakes. And I was giving her a lot more time, and she wasn't shooting the ball well. And for us, we know that's going to come. And this is exactly the Kira that we need. She's athletic. She can guard. But her scoring potential is just huge coming off the bench. And again, I just think she's doing the right things now because I think she's really got the right mindset for the last month, and it's starting to show up.
And then D again, just it seems like she has those moments where she makes a couple of plays that you just don't see very often. Just where have you continued to see her game grow, and where do you want to still see it grow as you go through the next, few games here and then into the next seasons and beyond?
I really got on her for messing up that little thing in the first half, and she had someone to her left. But there's times when you just go, she just went through 5 people on a dribble and finished at the rim, and probably 3 of them were trying to take a charge, and she can, just create at the rim. She is really special. You're just starting to see it. She's gaining confidence. Clearly, she can shoot the ball. She can create her own shot. Her handle's really pretty good. So we just kind of have to surround her and make sure that her decision making puts her in positions to not just score, but also have some assists. And she's got to have great decisions on that. But gosh, just a talent, and she's only going to get better.
It's such a blessing to have a quality point guard that can create and get the team involved. But talk about having a dual weapon like Astera and what she's able to do, also shooting. And then in regard to that, the extra pressure she had today because Eleanor was in foul trouble.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't say it. I shouldn't said it in front of her. She really is the key to our team. When she plays well, we play well. And that's all the pressure in the world on a point guard. And I want her to embrace that and not feel pressure by that. I think the secret weapon is her dad and her sister flew in from Kosovo. And so they're here for the first time to see her in a long time. So I think he's got her whipped in shape and concentrating and making sure she's solid. We intentionally put her at the free throw line in that first technical or whatever happened, and it was just like, let's get her going. Let her see the ball go through the basket. But she was so ready and handled the pressure and handled the ball. And obviously, when she can make shots like that, it's big for us. 18 points. It's at 6 assists and 3 turnovers. And again, all the pressure in the world on her when LA went out.
Kamie, you've got Portland now, and they've had a remarkably consistent season. Won 28 games. I think they beat you twice. What do you have to do differently to flip that?
Yeah, I mean, they're just so hard to guard. I hope we're hard to guard. I hope that's the point is, I think against this team, you really have to score points. You're just not going to stop them. They have too many weapons. They've hurt us on the board so badly. They get a lot of hustle plays. And I told the TV, I mean, when you play Portland, I just feel like they got 5 seniors starting. And I know how hard and how upset Tara is when she looks at her teammates and they're not playing at the level that they should. And they've got 5 people starting going, we're not losing. And the urgency that they play with. And, that's the point. We've talked about that game at Portland. We've got to grow that kind of toughness that they have and match it. And so I think we've gotten better and better and better. I think we have Alex back that gives us another body in the post and a difference maker on the defensive end and offensive end. but it's a hard game to coach because it's so what they play and what they do are your kids have to just really be smart basketball players and attack, their zone and their press. And it's high risk, high reward, but, excited to play them again, excited to be in this game and again, love my team and think we're in a position where we think we're going to get better. We're getting better at this time of the season. And I don't think very many teams are saying that.
Kamie, with such a young team over the course of the season, with some of the lumps you've taken, you've emphasized that this team has to grow up. There's no substitute for getting tested. What, if anything, has clicked in this last month or so to say, this is the Washington State Cougar team that we need to be?
Yeah. Yeah. I still don't think that always clicks. I think we can have some great discussions with our young players, but I think the biggest testament is when you get beat by older teams and then you listen to your senior, and we only have one of them. And when you listen to how important this is senior night and how important this is and how emotional Tara is for us and how much she wants and needs these freshmen to be grown up and be serious and be competitive and want to win at all costs. And that's asking a lot for freshmen who don't know how to do that yet. But we're getting closer and closer. And I think they see that and they want to mimic that. She's been a great leader for us. And again, we've got very competitive kids. They want to win. We just have to put our pieces together and everybody's got to be really good tomorrow.
We have one question online. Go ahead, Sam.
Coach, in the transfer portal era, it's not, I guess, non-common to see former players, obviously Lauren on their roster. What was that experience like? Just seeing her. Obviously, you saw her two times this year, but playing and coaching against her, and what were her teammates' reactions as well?
Well, it's been great because again, when we went to Pacific, I think everybody was a little nervous as to how that interaction would go, but just love Lauren, love her family. Was so sorry she chose to leave our program. I think she found a great home at Pacific and has gotten really much, much better. But I think she's really maturing and fun like she always has been. The kids, they love her. She is a blast and hilarious. And clearly she's happy for us, disappointed for herself, but for me, I just love, I want kids to go through hard and I don't want them to expect things easy. And so when they choose to not stay with you, it's kind of hurts your heart. But I love that she's growing up and getting better and found a good place. And, we just hope that we can, keep most of our kids here and let them know that we can grow them through tough times.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Go Cougs.